Okay, so I printed out a small little sliver of this to check the angle that I liked it, and I did like it, so that's good. I mean, it can be a little bit better, but it's good enough. So now I'm going to be serious about the plate here. The plate that inserts to keep them from falling out. I think this is doing a pretty good job already, but I did realize something kind of funny. I didn't want the extra deck to be in the dealer being separated by another, being separated with everything else, right? I wanted it to be off to the side, because the extra deck, you don't ever draw from it. You pull the whole deck out and you look for the specific card you want, and then you summon that card, and then you put the rest of your extra deck away. So it is best served by just a bucket anyways. So the extra deck is just going to be a bucket then. And I'm thinking about the best way to do it. And I can think of a couple ways. One way would be to do this. Right? That's one way. But then you don't get any of the flex from this because it's blocked by this. So that may not work. And then another way could be like this. But also that doesn't seem like it'll work too well. It doesn't seem like it'll be too nice. But I also want a way that doesn't take up too much space. So I do have one idea that might be kind of interesting. Right? If I make a sketch here, and if this was an imaginary line, I projected this. Okay. And then I have to put arcs on this because for some reason, I don't know if it's going to be on this one or the other one. So I'll put it on both. Okay. And then I put an arc here. Because for some reason, making things tangent to circles that are already there isn't kosher in this program. Okay. So this line's there, and then this line... Can I just... Why can't I just move this line? Anyways. I think it might hit this one first. No, okay. It's the inside one. Doesn't particularly matter. Okay, so this line is just going to be where I measure off of. But then here, whoops. There, okay. Now I can make this, however big 15 cards is. How many cards are in my extra deck? 6, 7. I have a pretty small extra deck. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Alright. And then I squeeze this. I squeeze it gently and I get 0.47 inches. I squeeze it tightly and I get 0.375. And I squeeze it like a little bit and I get like 0.464. So if I make it 0.4, that 0.4 inches, that ought to work. I don't want that. Okay. Okay, I'll make a line that is 0.4 inches. Okay. .6. 0.4 inches. 10.16 millimeters? Is that correct? Okay, let me get my digital ones that are still out of battery. I'm not going to measure directly, but I'm just going to go around this and okay, if I do it, I am getting about 10 millimeters. Like I can't get an exact measurement, but I can look at where the where the lines are, you know. If I get this one, I get about 0.4 inches. So yeah, 10.16 millimeters, which is pretty damn big compared to the rest of this. But apparently, that's how big it needs to be. I'll just make it 10. No, make it 10.2. And then this will be 10.2. And that. Now if I offset this, I put wall thickness, of course. Then I extend this one. And I take this one. And I finish that, and then I extrude this all the way to the bottom there. That seems like a pretty alright plan to me for how to do the extra deck. Although, it has made it pretty big. But I don't think it will have made it that much bigger. And then if I really want to, I can go back in this sketch, go in just a little bit, And then right, that'll allow that to act as kind of a let's make it a little bit more. Okay, is this constrained by length or something? Its dimension is 0 degrees. Whatever. Then I can make this as big as I want, right? No? Okay. Whatever. I'm trying to get just this. Make that 10. There. Doesn't need to be that big. And this is a wall. The aligned length is wall thickness. And extend that all the way. There. Okay. So what that little shape will do is allow this to press a little bit more tightly on the extra deck without going so far that it's going to prevent this curve from bending. That's the goal there. That's what I'm aiming for. So now I add in these fillets. All right. And I don't mind it eating into this space here because I want the extra deck and I want the deck to stick out. That's why in that original sketch, was it this one? No. That's why in this sketch, I've got the size of the cards, and this is shorter than that. So, I think what I'll do is I'll print out another small slice of this, but I'll only print out a small slice of like this much to see if I like that for how I'm going to do the extra deck. And if I do like that, then I'm going to take the plate insert a little bit more seriously, because this is a wonky shape. This is a really wonky shape. But for now, let's put it to that point. Playing through two edges. What if I put an axis here? Can I put a plane here? And if I make that 45 degrees, there we go. Now I can split it. And then I can take this piece, save that. Yes. All right. And then I can go ahead and unsuppress the split, or suppress the split rather, and save here. And I will go ahead and see now how well this works for the extra deck. And if it doesn't work too well, then I'll go into here and add the extra deck as just like a little extra thing on the side of here. So that's the plan. Okay, so I've got this piece printed to test out the idea I had for the extra deck. So I'm going to put my deck in there as well as the extra deck. And interestingly, that is squeezing on the extra deck, so putting the extra deck in there would make both of it a lot tighter. Well, I guess not a lot tighter, but just a little tighter. And I'm going to hold this at the angle that it would be at, which would be this. And if I center that, it's actually holding it pretty nicely. I like that. Look, I can... it fell out, but yeah. As long as it's got some kind of sides to hold on to it, that'll be really good. I think I'm gonna have this as is. Let me just check real quick with 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, 8. 8 plus 7 is 15. That would be a full extra deck. And this would be simulating basically some cards being played, being on the field. I'll put that in, and yeah, as long as, yeah, that's pretty nice. And then if I hold it in this direction, it fell out. But if I have those walls there, right, then it really can't fall out. And it's mostly going to be held like this anyways, because I'm going to be always keeping my arm basically out. I might rest it down on a table, but then that's an even better situation, you know? So, or even on the ground, I might lay down, you know? But yeah, this is actually really good. I think I'm gonna use this for another test, because I just realized I haven't tested this with the dividers yet, and I really need to make sure to test it with the dividers, and I need to test the concepts, the ideas for the dividers. The dividers might need to be bigger than a singular wall thickness. And that just occurred to me just now. So I'll print out some dividers and test this again with the dividers. But everything's looking hunky-dory so far.